Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about the narcissist and money. More the Scrooge of a narcissist, the penny pincher, the tightwad narcissist. As when it comes to narcissistic relationships, most narcissists use money as some form of financial control. Not only control over the other person, but the control of their money. And they use this to keep a hold over you. You can have the grandiose narcissist that splashes the cash. That's a whole different video. This video is about the stingy narcissist, the one that is always pinching the pennies as a format of gaining control over you. However, they do it in such a way that it almost seems feasible what they do. Narcissists are very good at justifying their unjust behaviour. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you overcome narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. So when it comes to the tightwad narcissist, you can have people who are careful with their money in a non-manipulative manner. So when you have a narcissist that seemingly is careful with their money, however they're doing it in a manipulative manner, we can't always tell what they're actually doing to us. As the narcissist will justify their behaviour, we can then excuse their behaviour. And sometimes it's not till years down the line that you begin to see the pattern and realise that you were being duped, that you were being conned. As a tightwad narcissist can decide that they don't want to eat out places. However, they'll not do this on the front of they want to save money. They'll do this on they don't trust what the kitchens are like. Oh, I bet there's chefs in there picking their nose. There'll be people in there weeing in the drinks and in the ice dispenser. They will make all sorts of excuses as to why they don't want to eat out. And although as a person you can think, highly unlikely, you can respect how they feel about the situation and not force them into it. Fair enough. That's if that's not what you want to do. You can have one that will go to one of your family events and they'll not touch any of the food. They'll discredit the food. They'll talk badly about the food. They'll notice the child that sneezes near the food. Oh, I'm not touching any of that. Have you just seen that child sneeze on the food? It's like, we'll just avoid that area then, eat from another area. This is pre-COVID times. And it seems feasible. It seems like they have a rational fear unless they've handled the food or somebody else has handled the food that they know of. So we can then justify it within our own minds that that's who they are. However, when it comes to one of their relatives taking them out for a fancy restaurant where the relative is paying, suddenly that narcissist is okay to go. Suddenly there's no issues there. Because it's their relative, because it's their family, because it's their friends, and because somebody else is paying. Or if their family have invited them out somewhere and everyone's supposed to be putting their bit in and the narcissist feels like they should show their face, the narcissist will purposefully forget their wallet, their purse, and they will expect somebody else to pay for them under the pretense that they'll pay them back. However, they'll never pay that person back. You'll have to go and approach them about that money. And as most people know, approaching a narcissist about something they owe you or something they've done to you usually causes a narcissistic injury. So most people avoid doing this. But then the type 1 narcissist can flip the script and play the two ends of the coin. They can save all their money and they can go on extravagant, lavish holidays. They will do it as cheaply as possible. They will go around getting the cheapest possible rate they can, which most people can just class someone as being careful with their money. There's nothing wrong with that, which is why we confuse what they are actually doing. So they will go on all these extravagant holidays and they will do it as cheaply as they possibly can. And it's not because that's the only way they can afford to do it. It's because they really hate parting with their money. They hate somebody else getting one over on them. And they believe someone taking their money off them, they don't recognise they're paying for a service. They think someone's getting one over on them and taking their money. So they will plead poverty to their immediate family. They will use these things against their immediate family. After all I've done for you, remember that trip I took you on? And they will be playing the victim with their family. They will be using it to make their family feel guilty or obligated. And then when they're with friends or other family members or work colleagues, they will be boasting. They will be exaggerating. They will be going on and on and on about all the places they have been to. They'll have been there, they'll have got the t-shirt and they'll be wearing the t-shirt everywhere they go to make sure that people ask them about it. Not just because it's an item of clothing to wear, not just because people buy souvenirs, and because people do just buy a t-shirt as a souvenir and just wear it because they like the t-shirt, we don't recognise what the narcissist is actually doing. So they'll be boasting on one hand, yet pleading poverty and playing the victim on the other hand. And that narcissist that wouldn't eat out at a restaurant as they were working, as they were raising a family, because they don't trust the staff in the restaurant, all of a sudden, when they get to an age where they've got time on their hands, they can go and play the homeless victim to go and eat with the homeless people out of kitchens and food that other people have made. And suddenly they have no issue with the kitchen, no issue with who's made that food, because it's all a lie when it comes to a narcissist. It's all a pretense to get their needs met. A narcissist feels entitled to have what they want, and they are willing to exploit people to get their needs met. So you can have a tightwad narcissist, a penny pinching narcissist that's got a lovely family home, that's got 2 cars on the drive, that's doing very well for themselves, yet they will be pleading poverty in the homeless shelters and taking food, shoes, sleeping bags, kettles, anything they can out of the homeless people's hands, because they don't believe that the homeless people deserve this. They believe the homeless should have done something with their lives. So they justify it within their own minds that it's okay to just steal from the homeless to give to themselves. Narcissists don't give for giving's sake. They only give so they can take. And when you've got a narcissist that's exploiting a homeless shelter to get free food, to get free things, they will then be telling those around them how that they're a volunteer, how they help out in the community. So the narcissist is, again, getting the flip side of both coins. They're going into the homeless shelters and they're getting the sympathetic attention. And then to cover their tracks, they're going to try and help out. So they're getting the positive attention for helping out. And then with the people that know them, they're going to go on about how much work they put in, how they volunteer, how helpful they are, so they're getting the positive praise and the attention from their neighbours. In the family home with their husband or wife, they're going to sit and complain about how hard they're having to work. When the narcissist themselves is putting themselves in that position, but in the family home with their husband and wife, they're going to pity play. It's all about gaining attention from other people. It's all about that control. You can have a narcissistic husband or wife that buys the family home, strike a deal between each other when you get married that one of you works, one of you stays home with the children, or you both work equally and both take shares of the children, or you both equally pay for the childcare. That give and take, working it out of what works within that individual relationship. There is no wrong way or right way to live your life with good intentions. There is only your way. So it's finding what works for that individual couple. So as this happens, as one family member can go out to work and one can stay at home and do all the household chores, or both can work and both can share the childcare and the household chores, narcissistic people will play on this to their advantage. You can have a narcissist and their spouse, and they can be at a family event and their brother or sister could say, "What are you buying for your husband? What are you buying for your wife for Christmas?" And the narcissist would turn around and say, "Well, I've put a roof over their head." Because to the narcissist, that's what they've done. The narcissist doesn't recognise that they've put a roof over their own heads as well, that they're a team, that they're building a life together. They don't recognise that the husband or the wife is taking care of the children. They don't recognise that the husband or wife is taking care of the home. They don't recognise that the one that's working part-time is paying towards the clothes or the food, or the one that's paying for the mortgage. The narcissist doesn't recognise that. The narcissist recognises what they are doing, and they expect eternal gratitude for doing it. When it comes to helping people out, you can have a narcissist who knows how to fix cars for a living, and the neighbour might have car trouble, but because they don't want to be bothered within helping somebody else out, they can walk around and just condemn the car without even looking at it, just so that they can pretend they've done something. Yet, when their fridge breaks down, they're going to be bringing that neighbour up that might know how to fix fridges to come and sort it out for them. That self-entitled hypocrite. A narcissist believes they are entitled to what they want when they want with whoever they want. However, they don't believe that other people are entitled to things. They believe they're entitled to take, but they don't believe that other people should take. When it comes to a narcissist, they would rather impress a complete stranger than care for their own family. And it's all about that self-image. So they could have a family home, and as cheaply as they possibly can, they could have the windows done. They could have the fascias done. They could have the front of the house spruced up. They could have the driveway done. It could look really stunning on the outside, but on the inside, it's left to go to rack and ruin, because it's all about impressions. The foundations are crumbling. There's damp within the house. It's falling to pieces, but on the outside, it looks good. And they will go around pulling everybody else's house to pieces to feel better about who they are as a person. When it comes to a narcissist, you cannot win with these people. You cannot help these people. It's their belief system. It's who they are. It's their patterns of behaviour. They are arrogant enough to believe that they're entitled to do as they please, with a lack of empathy to care for who it hurts, and they are preoccupied with getting their own needs met, with a lack of empathy to care for who that might affect. I shall do a video on the grandiose narcissist that splashes the cash, as with narcissists, there's always two sides to the coin. They just like to hide one side to certain people and only show one face to certain people and covertly manipulate people if they get a glimpse of that other side that the narcissist doesn't want people to see. If anyone has any thoughts on the video, please add those into the comments. Thank you very much for listening. I shall link into the description the video on the narcissist and financial abuse. Go out there, create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.